I picked up a new cap on our little vacation here a little while ago. It's got the Air Force. It's really nice cap, really nice looking. All my old unit caps are just falling apart, so I figured I need to get something Air Force. And people ask me, were you in the Air Force? And I'll tell them no, but I think the hat was, just to mess with them. But anyway, so I got a new book, Robert Howard's Adventures of Solomon Kane, and this is a collection. They're releasing the original manuscripts and whatnot uh, that previously they wouldn't release for republication. So this is the stories as they originally appeared in the pulps, as written by Robert E. Howard. Some of the stuff comes across as a little dated, I guess, and so they did considerable editing when they put together like the whole paperback series, and then they added in a lot of other authors that were not Howard, and then they tried to put them together into some kind of a cohesive whole. And I read a couple of them, didn't care for them much. So some years back, the Science Fiction Book Club, and I used to belong to them, they had a collection of two sets of short stories, and then The Hour of the Dragon, which was the only Conan novel Howard wrote. And again, they were in their original format, but they didn't have all of the stories. The Robert E. Howard Foundation or whoever released all the stories, and so I've got a full collection of all the Conan stories now, which is awfully nice. And I like the Conan stories. They're of a style, and I can see where some people might or might not like them, but they were original, they were creative, they're entertaining. Now, I had never read any of the Solomon Kane stories. So I figured, I saw this, I may as well grab it, and I did. And I've just started reading it, and it is interesting because it is different. I hadn't read any of Howard's other work other than the Conan series, and this guy is not just Conan in a funny hat. It's a different set of stories, and this feels almost Lovecraftian. And I love H.P. Lovecraft. I don't know, the stories just kind of feel like they're not the otherworldly, totally outrageous thing like Lovecraft, but they definitely have sort of a Lovecraft feel to them. But I'm really enjoying it, and it is way different now. I saw the movie and enjoyed it. It has almost nothing to do with the originals. And then, of course, there were the comic books and whatever. But I like being able to read it as the author intended. This is how Howard wrote them, how he intended for them to be, and they have a lot of life to them. Same thing with the Conan stories. A lot of the edits later on really sort of watered them down. And I really like Conan's original version, or Howard's original versions of the Conan. And as I said, I'm really enjoying Solomon Kane, so that's a neat, introduction to a whole new series. And this is, I guess, all of his the Savage Tales of Solomon Kane. I guess that's all of the ones he did for Solomon Kane. And I don't know if I'll go looking for any of his other works, but work my way through this and just be entertained for a little while.